Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, about how to map from known knowns, how to map, how to deduce known unknowns from known knowns, and then map from known unknowns to unknown unknowns. That's what this discourse is going to be about. In 2026, when I was trying to juxtapose between the prophecy I was trying to take advantage of and the prevailing circumstances in my life and my community, and at that time, my nation at that time, I realized that I there was a mathematical model I was using to map from a prophecy to the prevailing circumstances in my life and in my community, in my nation that time, in 2006. There was a mathematical model. I just realized something, that no matter how I tweaked or turned the mathematical model, it wasn't mapping directly onto what was occurring within my environment. And I still wanted to take advantage of the prophecy. So I tweaked the mathematical model. I tweaked it before a long time. After a while, the mathematical model was not even looking like anything simple. It was becoming very complex and cumbersome to even process. I tweaked it. Then one day, that 2006, while I was still trying to juxtapose between the prophecy and the prevailing circumstances in my nation and in my life at that time, I realized something. The mathematical model wasn't adding up. It wasn't meeting up with what was observable in my community, in my society, and in my life. So I was taking a walk one day when it dawned on me. I acquired a thought. I won't say it dawned on me. I just acquired a thought. The thought just came to me, and immediately it connected. The mathematical model and the prevailing circumstances in the nation at that time connected, and I received enlightenment. I just acquired a thought. If you come along with this discourse, I will share with you the thoughts, the mathematical model, so that you too can map prophecies, any prophecy of your choice, to prevailing circumstances in the life before the prophecies come to pass, and at the time when the prophecy will be fulfilled, so that you know how to take your walk. My name is Batope Happy. I'm a beneficiary of the New Testament in Christ Jesus and an administrator of the said benefits. For a living, I take advantage of prophecies wherever I can eavesdrop on them. I just take advantages of prophecies. Now, do you recall Moses? Yeah, Moses. When he parted the Red Sea, and the people called him a great man of God, a great prophet of God. Yeah. The events that Moses partook in with God during the time of the Exodus were not planned on the day of the Exodus. No, it wasn't. It wasn't a new decision. It wasn't something that just arrived on this. Moses arrived on this and God says, "Oh, I need to deliver my people of Israel." No, that's not it. Actually, if you could map the prophecy, you realize that it was a decision made by the Father in heaven about 4 centuries prior to the birth of Moses. When God was talking with Abraham and said that your descendants will be carried as slaves to a foreign land, blah 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 blah. After then, I will visit them with a mighty hand, blah 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 blah. If Moses were born in the house of an Israelite, he must have heard the story, but he grew up in the Egyptian court, so most likely he didn't hear the story. He didn't grow to believe in the story. He just ignited it. So you see, the discourse of the Exodus was not the event of the Exodus was not proposed or was not arrived at, planned just on the morning of the Exodus. It had been planned 400 years prior during the days of Abraham. If you even notice, Joseph said that when the Lord thy God shall visit you, remember to carry my bones alongside with you, after when he was long gone dead. Because he listened to the prophecy that was shared with Abraham. His father told him, just the same way Jacob's father told him, Isaac. Now, you can see the reason why it's good to read history. There's something I want to talk about. How to map from known knowns to known unknowns, and then map it onto unknown unknowns. The easiest way to map prophecy is to map prophecy, that to know which prophecy will become the right one that will take hold at a particular time. The Bible is an eternal book. Eternal. It talks about eternal stuffs. So if you start the scriptures, you will take an eternal prophecy from the Bible. It will be foolhardy to map an eternal prophecy onto time directly. Rather, you will take the mathematical model is such that if you find a prophecy in the Bible, you will map it onto an eternal event. If you map it onto an eternal event, it will immediately mirror itself in time. Once mirror itself in time, you will now take the prophecy that has been mirrored for you in time, and then you will now map that prophecy onto time's event and circumstances. It will be foolhardy to take. It's only in church, the church in time, that does that. Church eternity, they don't do that. You take an eternity prophecy, you map it into an eternity event, and then if you do that, the eternity event that you map it onto, if you map it correctly, it will mirror itself for you immediately in time to a prophecy that upholds itself in time. Then you will now take the prophecy in time, you now map it onto the prevailing circumstances that is going on in time, and then you can follow the prophecy from there. Let me explain with an example. When was Jesus crucified? Somebody said that Jesus Christ was crucified 2,000 years ago. I say that's not it. In time, yes, Jesus Christ might be crucified 2,000 years ago, but in eternity, Jesus Christ was not crucified 2,000 years ago. It is recorded that Jesus Christ was crucified from the foundation of the world. So if you pick that prophecy and you map it onto Revelation, if you map it onto Revelation, it will align perfectly. If you pick the prophecy of Jesus being crucified from the foundation of the earth and you map it onto Genesis, onto Revelation, it will map in perfectly. But if you take the prophecy of Jesus Christ's second advent, that when he died 2,000 years ago, from 2,000 years ago in time, and you map it onto the book of Revelation, you will have a big headache to deal with, because only people who don't know what they are doing will be taking prophecies in time and be mapping it onto eternity, or be taking prophecies in eternity and be mapping it onto time directly. Let me explain. Let me go further. You recall that Jesus Christ came and said that the second advent of Christ, that he said he was going to come back again. If you take the prophecy from 2,000 years ago, you will be plotting it to 2,000 years after. But if you take the prophecy, you'll be taking it to 2,000 years after. You'll be trying to map it and it will not sit well. But if you take the prophecy from the book of before the foundation of the world, and you take the prophecy of Jesus Christ's death and then his second resurrection, it will map perfectly to the book of Revelation. And if you map it perfectly to the book of Revelation, it will mirror itself immediately to that prophecy that was said that the second advent of Jesus Christ will happen 2,000 years after his first advent. Yes, there was a lot of mix-up in that prophecy. I know. I'm not particular whether the Bible has been corrupted or people are... No, that's not it. I play a different game. Like it is written, it lets us understand the letter killeth, but the spirit giveth life. If you feel that the Bible has been corrupted, it's because you are dealing with letters. That's not a game I play. I play the game of spirits. So when you take that revelation, when you take that prophecy of Jesus Christ's second coming from the foundation of the earth and mirror it into Revelation, it mirrors itself to the 2,000 years of the second advent of Christ. And then you understand the real meaning of that prophecy itself, not the second coming. The real meaning. I'm not here to advise you understand. So I follow that prophecy continually from 2000, continually until 2020. Now, if Jesus Christ has come back again, invariably what means is that we are going to enter into the promised land. We need a new heaven and a new earth, which is that if that is true, then that means we have to recreate Genesis all over again. After when God created the earth, he did this, he did first day he did this, second day he did this, third day he did this, fourth day he did that. Then on the sixth day he created man, and then on the first day of man he created rest. Once you map it from that place and you drop it at the place of you map it from the foundation of the earth when Jesus Christ was crucified, you drop it in the book, you map it onto the book of Revelation. It mirrors itself into time with the prophecy of this, that second coming of Christ is 12 years after his first advent. You solve that, you follow that prophecy from 2000 to 2020 through the process of that prophecy. By the time you get there, then that means there's going to be a new heaven and a new earth. If that is true, then you map it back to Genesis, where God created the new created earth, created heaven and earth, and then on the first day he created this. When I did that, then prophecy revealed itself again in time, mirrored itself again in time. Immediately, that was when Pastor Sam Adeyemi, year 2020, when he said that the year of rest. You follow that, you need to listen to that message. You need to beg this star to release that message so you can listen to it. And it's not online, it's nowhere online. I've searched for it, it's nowhere online. Immediately, it mirrored itself in time to the year 2020, the year of rest. And then you mirror that to the events that occurred in time when the whole world was left fallow. Then you continue that one and you process, and then again, I want to show you a graph. Look at this graph. It is not about prophecies. It's about taking advantage of prophecies. Having the right prophecy is nothing. Like I talked about the December 31st, 2025 prophecy about Nigeria being the audacity with the world with the celebrity nation to live in by the December of 31st, 2025. You can see it's not marked on this graph. It's not, because I don't care about the prophecy. I care about taking advantage of the prophecy. So to me, it is marked into June 2024. And then that is why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm doing what I'm doing because I'm trying to position myself to take advantage of the prophecy. Having the prophecy is one thing. Knowing how to position yourself to take advantage of the prophecy is another thing. Is the main thing. I don't like to quote the scriptures, but just remember one thing. The Spirit of Christ is the spirit of prophecy. From now on, I move from one prophecy to another. After a prophecy is fulfilled, that's not the end of it. You just position it to take advantage and then arrive at another prophecy, and then you arrive at another prophecy, you watch it play out, you arrive at another prophecy, you watch it play out. When you get to the promised land, when you move from Egypt to the promised land, that's not the end. Don't say, finally. No, that's not the whole idea. I've gotten to the, no. Then you move again and they say, what now follows? What now follows? We move from one prophecy to another. We move from one prophecy to another prophecy to another prophecy. As one prophecy is being fulfilled, you move to another prophecy. As one prophecy is being fulfilled, you move to another prophecy. And that is the game. The Spirit of Christ is the spirit of prophecy. It's in the book of Revelation. You will find it there. Learn how to take advantage of prophecies. That's the only game you can play now. I don't like playing church. I'm not interested. I play the game of prophecies. I take advantage of prophecies. I position myself to take advantages of prophecies. Thank you.